This next question comes from Ethan O.
What's up, Ethan?
What is your favorite objectively bad movie? He says objectively bad.
So that would be like a movie that people are like, that movie sucks, but you secretly love it?
Yeah, like
kind of the
I
idea?
think you could look at it as like a guilty pleasure or a
pleasure?
movie that's collectively viewed as bad, but like, you know, something like that.
You're the movie guy.
I'll kick it off for you. I'll give you guys some time to think. There's a movie, I want to say it's Val Kilmer's first movie that he ever did. Like, it was his big break movie. It's called Top Secret, and it's like a prop comedy movie. And I don't know if it's necessarily bad, but it's not like a great work of cinema.
Okay.
It's just super funny and goofy and over the top. And to like give people an idea of what kind of movie like a prop movie is, it's every scene is a joke in itself. Like, you try to just cram as many things into it. Val Kilmer plays this music artist that's going to tour East Germany, and it's during the Berlin Wall is still up, so like everyone's like really just like there's still some kind of Nazis around there.
A little tension going on.
Yeah, a lot of tension, but he's a rock star. He's coming over to do a concert in East Germany, and that's the first time they've let an American rock star into their country.
Okay.
So that's where all the comedy is going to be coming from. He's riding a train, and as he's on the train and things are going by, a tree moves along really fast alongside the window, and a guy runs up and grabs on the tree, and everything in the background is moving super fast, but the tree's traveling alongside the train. And it's just meant to be a goofy joke. It's just a tree in the background. It's just a background joke. Another scene is like there's a librarian that's got this magnifying glass held up to his eye, and it's making his eye huge. It's just enormous. And when he pulls it down, his eye is still enormous. Like, it's the same size as it was under the magnifying glass. There wasn't magnification. He just looks like a
It's
freak.
just a piece of glass.
Yeah, but the movie's called Top Secret, and it is just a movie about fitting in as many ridiculous jokes as possible at the expense of the story.
Have you watched this movie multiple times?
Yes, I love it. It is so funny. It is a great movie. If you have not seen Top Secret, you should watch it. I don't know what streaming service it's on, but if you type it in, I bet it's out there somewhere.
I'm struggling to come up with something because there's a lot of movies that maybe people think are cheesy or bad, or I'm like, it wasn't bad, you know. But I don't know that I rewatch bad movies over and over.
When the question came out, the first thing that came to mind for me was Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
that's fitting.
That's pretty
objectively bad.
Super cheesy, but you're sucked in, like so bought into the story.
I remember, you know, like when did the first one come out? In 2000 or something?
Oh, yeah.
It was
2000,
like,
2001,
Yeah, so it was cool back
20
then.
years
And
ago.
what's crazy is like the series has gotten so big. I mean, there's fucking 10 of them, you know?
Yeah.
So I've seen all 10 of them.
Yeah.
So objectively speaking, they're bad.
Yeah.
I've
But I will say,
I've watched them.
objectively, the later ones are bad. Personally, I think the first handful were good, and they just got more and more and more extreme. But
It got to a point where it was really ridiculous.
Yeah,
the
last
stunts
one-
they pull, you're like, it's fucking so unrealistic.
The last one was it was tough to watch.
Yeah, but we still watch.
But you don't watch Fast and Furious for realism.
Yeah.
No,
But there is like
that's a good series. That's
Dominic
a good example.
Toretto.
Dominic,
it's all about family. When you have family, you can ride your car off a cliff and still survive. You can swing from a poles, or I don't know.
You can jump from building to building.
yeah.
You can drive from the tallest building in the world to the other tallest building in the world, crashing through everything. If you have family.
That series went way longer than I ever thought it would.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah, I don't think. I think as long as you're entertained, I don't think there's such thing as a bad movie. Because if the movie makes
the point
you laugh,
of the movie is to entertain you.
Yeah.
Make you laugh.
yeah, and
Okay.
even if it's bad, like movies like The Room.
Yeah.
Have you guys like seen clips of that?
No.
So you should actually don't just type The Room on YouTube and watch those clips.
Yeah.
It's a really bad movie, and the acting's awful. There's a moment and it's like, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. And it's just like the emotional dynamics going
Yeah.
across are just.
I
it's
feel like
so
there's
weird.
a lot of as we're talking it out, there's this series on Netflix. I don't even know if it's a Netflix series, but I feel like there's movies that are created on Netflix called Sniper. And
Okay.
so it's like a series of like sniper military movies.
Okay.
In like a section. Okay.
And
I
it
know
has like the same guys in it, and they're different like missions. And the movie is objectively very bad. But every time I see it, it's like kind of a military sniper, like CIA type show. And
You like those movies, yeah.
I like
Yeah,
those
yeah.
types of movies. And if there's nothing else to watch, I'm like, oh, I'll watch it. And the new one just came out, and it's it's bad, but I was like,
Do you guys, when you're
But you
looking for
like
something
it.
like that,
You understand.
do you guys go to new movies or shows, or fall back to rewatching movies that you know you like? If you're scrolling, you're like, hey, I want to unwind at Sunday afternoon or evening. Are you looking to go watch another show or movie that you know you're gonna like, or is it like, I'll gamble on this?
Yeah, it's
new
interesting.
video?
I feel like more often than not, I rewatch something that I liked from a long time ago.
Yeah.
So like I got sucked back into watching Hawaii Five-0
Okay.
because there was like nothing else that I wanted to download for my fucking 15-hour
The
flight
flights
to
and stuff,
Australia.
yeah.
And so I was like, well, I can't find anything new. And then I was like, oh, so I downloaded that and I downloaded Suits.
Okay.
And I've
Suits.
seen both of those series. So I just
Yeah.
like watched that off and on. And,
Yeah.
and I chose that versus some other bullshit that I don't know about.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's interesting that you pick Suits. I wouldn't have pegged you for Suits.
Dude, I love
It
it.
is an entertaining show, though.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
just started watching it.
Oh,
We're a
you
little
guys
late.
got
We're
it.
late to everything because we're like, we don't watch in real time. We're like, let's get feedback from everyone to where it's like, you haven't watched Suits, you have to watch Suits. It's like,
I was
okay,
late to it,
I heard that
too.
20 times, so it's
Yeah.
like, we'll finally watch it. It's pretty good though.
I skipped the last season. I stopped caring about it at that
It's
point.
definitely fallen off. We're at like season 3 or 4 or something. You can see it's
There's a few
trailing
shows
little
like
bit.
that. Yeah. Like Scrubs too. Did you guys ever watch Scrubs?
Didn't get it out.
Yeah.
No.
I just don't watch the last season of that one. It's not the same show.
Billions though. Now, there's a good show. I did like Billions.
What's
Have you seen
Billions?
Have you seen Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like Billions is like Yellowstone for Wall Street. It like has that edgy drama, a lot of like not backstabbing, but like it's
The drama.
The storyline is billionaire hedge fund manager, main character, his like team of his business, and then his enemy. And there's this like weird, like the attorney general of New York is trying to sue him for like insider trading and take him down because he's this wealthy billionaire that can do whatever he wants. And so there's kind of like class warfare. There's like like the rich versus the poor. There's the business aspect of it where he's like
deal making and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got, he's a billionaire, so he's got his fixers, and he's got like a fixer that takes care of things on this, and his like attorney that takes, and so he's just like, it's very interesting if you like business.
It's a good show.
Sounds fascinating.
But it's not. It's a lot of drama and just like it's super entertaining.
Literally,
Yeah,
the
I get you.
entire
That's practical
The
business.
entire series opens up. The very first scene in the very first episode is this dude like dominatrix style, like ball chain and gagged, and this woman like steps her high heel on his chest, and then all of a sudden starts pissing on his chest.
What the?
What the fuck is going on?
You're like, what the shit is this, right? And then it just like, yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
It's like, what is this? Oh, this is terrible. This off. This weird. Yeah, it's so weird.
weird.
This weird. Yeah. So I mean, when he says objectively bad, I don't think there is such thing. Well, there is such thing as a bad movie, but if you talk about it and you get some sort of like entertainment, even if you're just taking a shit all over it, I think it's served its purpose in
It's a
regards
success.
to entertain you.
Yeah.
If you have an emotional reaction to it, I think as an artist,
I don't know,
the
man.
artist wins.
If my emotional reaction is, I just wasted that fucking 90 minutes of my life.
That's the worst.
Yeah, like it's objectively bad.
But if you're with buddies and you talk about just all the bad things in it, now if it is just like one of those like, that was awful, and you don't talk about it again, then
Yeah,
it fails.
I went
fail.
and saw The Creator recently.
Okay.
So
That
it's like an
was-
AI,
that's AI robot.
Yeah, AI
Yeah.
robot movie. It's
Okay.
like pretty new. I'm pretty sure the main character is Denzel Washington's son. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Something Washington, obviously. I went.
Probably.
I was gonna say checks
yeah,
out.
Yeah, I went and watched it with Regina and her husband. We went and checked it out, and the whole movie, there's like nothing nice that happens. Like from the moment the movie starts,
It's just sad.
it's just
sad,
like
dark.
chaos, dark, war, fighting. There's never a moment of like emotional relief.
Huh.
It's like
That's tough.
just the whole
That's tough.
thing. We left it, and it's like,
Fuck.
wow, that's heavy.
I feel like shit.
Yeah, and like the movie opens up, right? And it's like there was a nuclear bomb that went off in Los Angeles, and the humans are blaming the robots for doing it. And so now there's a war against robots, and literally like that's the frame that the movie starts in, and the frame never gets better. It's just like war,
Heavy,
fighting,
heavy,
death,
heavy.
yeah. And then they find out there's this super weapon, and the super weapon is like, I don't know if I should give it away, but anyways, it's
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about The Creator. Spoiler. Okay, now no one can get mad.
Yeah. Well, they basically, there's this super weapon that the robots have created to kill all of humanity. This is what they say, right? So there's like all these special ops people that they're trying to find this special weapon so they could kill it and kill the robots before the humans get killed by the robots.
Yeah. It's a race against time to destroy the
So
weapon.
they find the weapon. It's like a 3-year-old kid. Like this super AI robot that they made that looks like a human.
So why is it the secret weapon then?
Because as it gets older, its powers like
develop.
transform to where it can like do anything.
Oh.
And so they're like, you have to kill it. And then the guy's like, it's a fucking kid. I can't kill the kid. You know? And then
It's not a kid,
But
it's
is
a
it a
weapon.
kid or is it?
I don't know. You got to watch to find out.
Okay.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
Dark, heavy. Not, I don't know. Not my
Those
cup of
movies
tea.
You
Movies
get
are
no
hard.
emotional relief in that
Yeah.
movie. And at the end, it's like not even happy at the end.
Yeah.
So it's just like, damn, you could have at least changed a couple things at the end so that they live happily ever after.
Little
and
positive
I feel
endings.
good
I feel
that
like,
the
okay,
yeah.
they accomplished, they won.
Yeah.
All is good.
There's a movie called What Dreams May Come. I don't know if you guys see it. It's a Robin Williams movie, older
Okay.
movie. But that's one of those movies where it just hits you hard, nonstop the whole time. It's kind of an interesting take on what the afterlife might be like. But yeah, it just hits you really dark and hard the whole time. It deals with suicide, death, families getting torn
You're
apart.
just exhausted
it's-
when you get done
it's
watching.
crazy.
It
It's
is,
like
but
draining.
at the end there is this. There is this uplifting moment at the end. But I talked to my wife about it, Tav, and we're like, we can only watch that movie like once every 4 years because it is so emotionally draining
Yeah.
and heavy.
I feel like if you get invested into a character, you want to see the character arc. You want to see the transition. You
Yeah,
want
you
to
wanna
see
see the hero.
the hero's journey. And man, if you don't get that, bullshit.
Yeah,
Fail. Fail.
It is fail unless it's like a horror movie where you expect the hero to just like not come
Yeah.
out on top. But yeah, it is really unsatisfying when like
Very
the main
unsatisfying.
character that you're like, oh, I really want this to work out, and then it does. You're like, oh, screw you.